Alright, so I got the ambient on the walls fully working. I'm going to show that. So I tried 720p yesterday and the video turned out uglier on YouTube than when I record in 1024 or 768. So the options for 720p didn't appear there. So I don't know if I have to pay for YouTube or something, but I'm just going to go back to 1024 because it respects the ratio of the game anyway, so I think it's a little bit better. So let's go load the first level. So I'm in free cam right now, so I'm just going to kill everyone. Awesome. Alright, so you can see the ambient in the corners here, a little bit everywhere. Let's go without textures. So ignore the floors and the ceilings, they have no ambient yet. That's going to be a totally different story. But as for the walls, you can see darker here in the corners. Here it's a little bit less darker because the angle between the walls is greater, just like it should be. And then it goes a little bit around the steps. So if I go where there's steps, it goes around the steps. So with ambient, without ambient. So you can see it's really wrap around the steps. Of course there are little glitches, like you can see the edge here, but with textures you're never going to see that. So this is acceptable, so I don't care about that. Okay, so what I'm doing, well, I explained it already what I'm doing with the the shader. What I'm doing to wrap it around, I have to split the mesh. So see in the wall corner there, where there's a neighbor steps, there's a split. The wall is split there. It's split there again. If I go in my steps here, you'll see where there's a stair, there's a split. So I have to split everything. Right now it's all dynamically splitting the whole level. Every time I'm rendering a wall, it's not lagging, but I kind of have a good computer, so this is going to be baked into vertex buffers, and when there's an update, when the stairs are raised and something, I'm just going to update the vertex buffers. The other split you see, so this one is there to lower the glitch. So for example, if I... Alright, so when there's no split, there's only the normal stair split, but not a second split, you see it glitches like that. Because it's dark at the bottom and not at the top, and it just not great. So what I do, I add a split the size of the ambient. So as you can see, I can play with the size of the ambient. It's a bad example, but make it bigger, make it smaller. I've put it at 32 pixels right now, which I thought was the great looking one. And this is playing with the secondary split, which fixed the imprecision problems a little bit. So you can see the wall as I make it bigger or smaller, that split gets bigger. Alright, so that works on everything. So everything just gets split all the time like that. And it looks great. So like here, it wraps on the bottom, it wraps at the top. Of course, again, little glitch, doesn't matter. There's a better example here. So you can see here there's no glitch, it just happens to not have any, and you can see the ambient just wrapping around. Exactly what I was trying to achieve, and it's because the wall is split at that place. Just looks great. So I can make it bigger, smaller, bigger. If I make it smaller, what I find is it looks bad. It looks like when the ambient occlusion algorithms to do it screen space, This is how it looks. I don't like the look of it. I prefer it a little bit smoother like that. It looks more natural. If I make it even smoother, the double, then it's too smooth. It looks worse. So 32 is the perfect number I found. I can also make it darker if I want. But that just looks bad if you make it too dark. 0.5 again was values I tweaked, and 0.5 looked great. I can even inverse it if I want to. It's like Tron. It's really cool actually. These stairs, they shine. Let's put that back at 0.5. Not 1.5, 0.5. There we go. So you can see again. You can see it on the door. Big difference here. Make it bigger, the door gets too dark, make it smaller. On the door here, smaller actually looked great, but for the walls, it just doesn't show anymore. The next step will be to do it on the floor and the ceilings. That's going to be hard. As you can see, the mesh is really weird here, and I would like to not have to split it at all, if I can. So I'm going to have to devise a strategy to, I don't know, flag edges, and when it goes away from the edge, I don't know, it's going to be hard. I'm going to show you it a little bit dynamically. So you saw that one already, works well. Then we're going to see it on the door. Good, this one's better. Alright, so you see, it's perfect. So there's little glitches. As you can see, glitch a little bit, but with the texture, you don't see that. You just see the ambient going around the door, and the little glitches, they don't show. So it's really acceptable. So you can see it in wireframe, all the splittings going on when it closes. So that's it. So I think the wall ambient is completely done. I have one glitches here and maybe some other place where it didn't work, like it didn't split the column here. It worked on one side, it didn't work on the other side. It's pretty rare. It seems to be working almost everywhere. Here it didn't work too. I'm probably not going to fix that. It doesn't worth the trouble of going to try to fix all the little cases. You can see here it works great. It goes around the column here, go under and goes back up. Alright, so then I'm going to go take a breakfast, maybe a bath, and think about how I'm going to do the floor. I'm not going to promise I'm going to have to floor the floor today. It's going to be a lot harder. Alright, thanks.